Notification went out. You'll have to see that. And I can close all of this now. Okay, very good. All right, so in case you're watching the whole series, I'll just go ahead and explain this a little bit. Since last time I streamed, I did just a tiny bit of extra work. I made two new scoring methods, V6 and V7. This was V5. They are ever so slightly different, as you can see. I think the biggest thing that V6 and V7 do better than V5 is their treatment of the color black or like dark brown and stuff, because black square is actually like pretty low. Now I still think some of these other things should be rated higher. Like I definitely think this and this should be rated higher than black square, because I don't actually see any amount of green personally. Like this does not look green to me when I look at black square. Oh, that's a slight annoying thing. Yeah, so I want to find a way to downrank black more. And also this guy must be a particular shade of green that doesn't score very highly. But I think he should be rated higher as well. Because I think this... Yeah, I think all of this green here should be rated as more green. V5 kind of did that better. But V5, oh, well, yeah, maybe V5 was a little bit better in some ways. I don't know what the problem was with V5, but there's definitely something I didn't like about it. Huh. Yeah, so how I actually implemented V6 and V7. Move you slightly. Okay. How I actually implemented V6 and V7 was the first one is just a simple 3D distance between this color and the 100% green vector. And then oh, and I decided that if the you want low distance to be rated high, so you have to do an inversion of that somehow. And I decided 255 was like a pretty reasonable cutoff, and you just do 255 minus distance, and it's pretty good. And then if it's negative, then you just do 0. That seemed pretty sensible. And then what I did here was effectively just square it. Yeah, so it's like, I think this is, I'm not 100% sure that this is right, but I think this is right. Basically, imagine that the distance score was not a number between 0 and 255, but instead a number between 0 and 1. If you squared the number between 0 and 1, then that would have the effect of strongly downranking lower things in like a non-linear way. And that's sort of what I wanted to do. And if you do the math, I believe so this would turn the distance score into a number between 0 and 1. So it'd be this times itself, and and then you multiply by 255 again. So I'm pretty sure this is exactly the same as doing that process. At least the results are close enough to acting like that's the case that I'm not gonna like actually write it out. I did it in my head. I think it's correct. Let me slide the mic a little bit over. Okay. So that's it, really. That's where I'm at. I have been thinking of some things. One of the things, so obviously, like hue is, I still haven't implemented hue. I might not even implement the hue today. I almost certainly will implement it eventually, but let me take a peek at the UI div. Okay, so I think it's a little bit funny that my emoji list is not at the maximum right side. So I might like to change that. How much space do I think I have here? I guess I have to go calculate. Oh, I could do it in here. It's Friday, I'm tired, by the way. 150 plus 700 plus 60. Okay. 150, so this is 850 plus 60 is 910. So we have 90 pixels that we could use. Yeah, so what I'd like to do with those 90 pixels is put some more buttons. That doesn't look right. I suppose I can just put the buttons in there. Ooh, I could do something sneaky and grab these numbers and stick them here. Yeah, that works. I guess they can be whatever height they want to be. Maybe I'd do like 60 pixels height. I don't know. In which case, so the button area, I basically do this. And you need a width of 90 pixels. If my calculations are correct. Oh no, I just realized it didn't. Once again, I neglected to block off the little sliver of light that can filter in through my window. god. I think I started my stream early enough today where where it's not going to try to blind me, but oh my god. I can't believe I forgot immediately. Alright. Alright, these sort buttons. All these freaking buttons is just taking up so much space. Oh, and you're kind of missing out on it. I'm sorry. So what I'm doing here is making buttons to re-sort all the emojis, because it'd be nice to be able to like go back and compare the sort order of past scoring methods without having to like go edit the code each time I want to go look at it. And maybe if I made a video on this at some point, it would be cool. It'd be useful. So, how does this work? Let me see here. Do score method and do channel processing. I basically need a function here called like do resort. No, not that. Yeah, so I think how this works is you first iterate over all the images. Which is going to be this. Yeah, it's going to be this. Hold on. I think... Where do I think I used this just like this before. Let me see here. Oh, no. Yeah. We do this. This is fine. Yeah, okay. So get greenness score just does that already for me, which is perfect. Okay. Ooh. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, well. Very good. Okay, so we have the greenness score. And then what we got to do is we got to overwrite the saved greenness score. Which I think is going to be 4. Now, how do we do this sorting method? Well, we have, like, what did I call that? List of indices? That's not it. Okay. Now the indices are in the order that they're supposed to be in. But the HTML elements themselves are not up to date with this from new reality. So we sort of need to like clear, what are we clearing? Emoji list? We need to clear emoji list. Yeah, so we need to be like, oh, frick. The code that creates the emoji element itself is not in a function. Maybe. Okay. Maybe I can just change the titles on all of them, right? Oh, I'm iterating over this instead. Yeah. That's one, actually. I guess I don't need that. It just knows. Well. All right, good. Yeah, that does a resort. Don't know how long it's going to take to run, but at least it's not doing a slow sorting method. Dot sort should actually be relatively fast, I think. Okay. So we know we're doing a resort, and we should use that. Yeah, that should be safe, I think. Question. Question. On click, it says load emoji. And that'll use whatever drawing method is currently set. Okay, so that doesn't depend on the sorting method. Yeah, I think that's right. Also, I want to get rid of that. Yeah, that seems correct. So I just paste this, 6 more times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Those are all there. Great. Is this a work first time moment? Could be. Definitely can get rid of this, I think. So let's resort. No, that doesn't appear to have worked. This guy just doesn't have anything in it anymore. How'd that happen? Did I not do a pen child? I could have sworn I did. Oh. Go figure. It's backwards. It do be backwards, which is not terribly surprising, honestly. I definitely expected something like that. Let's do J minus I. Same difference. Yeah. Very cool. V2 is pretty good. Well. V3. V3 has a big problem with the black square. V4. V4 is pretty good, but has a problem with yellow. V5. V5 seems really good. V5 seems really good. What was my specific issue with V5? Yellow is a bit rated too highly. Right, this is pretty solidly yellow. V6 solved that, V7 really solved that, holy crap. But CV5 has bug approximately where it should be. V5 is really good. Yeah, yellow was really the only problem with V5. And then maybe V6 like overcorrects. Here's checking out V6. V6 has the black square problem again. And V7 is great, except black square again, and bug is after black square. Where's black square with V5? Like nowhere? Yeah, V5 is really good. Sarcastic. That's a good emoji. Interesting. Okay. So V5 is actually really good. It just has a problem with yellows. It's so hard to fine tune. It's so hard to fine tune it like that. Unless you use hue. But this is great. We have the resorting buttons, and so we can quickly and easily sort of go through our history of attempts. That's fantastic. I would like to be able to stand. So give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay. So, what's next for us? We can just go right to the hue thing. Yeah, that seems like the path of least resistance currently. Alright, let me Google it for a bit then. It'd be nice if I could have a Wikipedia page for it. There's a bunch of free converters online. That's not what I need. I want how to convert. Math. Show me the math. Well, there's a Stack Overflow. Maybe they have it. I need to be able to convert RGB to HSL. Hue, saturation, lightness. There's also HSV, which is weird. I never really understood that. I mean, I barely understand HSL. Okay. Somebody appears to have some kind of answer here. So the idea, he describes it as cube projection onto a hexagon. So that makes sense to me because RGB, that there's 3 components to it. If you think of those as 3 separate dimensions, They each have values 0 to 255. It makes sense that what we're talking about is a cube. This doesn't make any sense to me. What the heck? Yellow, magenta, cyan, I guess, is the top right corner. Okay. There's green, there's red. So 0 blue, I guess, is the... If you assume 0 blue, then what you get is this. This is actually a little bit interesting. So check it out. I would argue that kind of like this part right here is green. Maybe a little bit over here. It gets really iffy right around here. For me, at least. People's eyes are different, and I know mine aren't perfect. But also, I guess maybe not but like if you look at the green and blue spectrum, you also have to consider like this. And I guess less, I consider... Well, yeah, maybe this much. Maybe this much is tolerably green still. Kind of hard to say. Dude, how does he freaking do these visualizations? It's so cool. Projection of RGB cube onto a hexagon. Why are we projecting it onto a hexagon? I'm not totally sure. Okay. I kind of see what they're talking about here. It is indeed a hexagon. I see. Yes. Hue is roughly the angle of the vector to a point in the projection with red at 0 degrees. Hue is how far around that hexagon's edge the point lies. Okay, so that I didn't consider that. That's interesting. So one of these edges is the green one. I guess it's the far one. And what they're telling me is red is at 0, they say. Okay, so here's red. So if you go from here to the center and point in that direction, we call that 0 degrees. That would be like very typical. That would make sense. So green is over here at, well, this is 60 degrees. So green is over here at 120 degrees. Oh, hey! Okay. I'm not really developing a shader in JavaScript right now. This is a little bit different. But I have made a shader before. So I will take half of that credit. So check it out, Max. I am learning the deep lore about converting RGB to HSL so that I can determine the greenest emoji. Let's look at V7. Okay. So here's a list of all the Microsoft Teams emoji. There's about emojis. There's about 1,500 of them. And I've done so far 7 different methods of determining which one is the greenest. And currently this is the sort. This is the sorting order. Okay, this is the authoritative ordered list of greenest emojis. And I'm not happy with it. I want to yeah, cache is green. You know what's crazy? Is that this quote unquote green square, ignore the slight visual bug, but if you look at the RGB of this green square, it's really not very green. Like, it looks like a green square to me, but really it's actually quite a bit blue and also a little bit red simultaneously. And that's disturbing. The most ungreen, a red X. There's actually many things that are equally 0 green. But yeah, at the moment it seems like red things. And I guess this is also 0 green. 0 green. Yeah. Canada, yeah. Yeah, here you go. You're not green. Deal with it. Why? Maybe you could tell me, why is Maple Leaf like reddish pink? Is that? I mean, I do know that leaves can turn this color. Okay, I live in South Dakota. We have the seasons. But like, this is not. Am I crazy? Like, Canadian flag. This. Oh, okay. I'm wrong. It is. Well. Huh. Okay. The pink shit is caused by like my. Okay, so this is a diseased. Okay, you can blame Microsoft Teams for this. They gave Canada like a diseased maple leaf. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm searching through here to see if there's like an actual Canadian flag. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure there is. I give up. It's probably in there somewhere. Anyways. I wonder how the RuneScape construction skill icon ranks. I'm not going to figure that out because that would be a little bit tricky to do. But maybe there's some potential for this little app. It has a pixel of green. Oh, this is really tiny. 21 pixels. Is that... Oh, hello. That's not the... Is that the construction icon? Am I crazy? That's been too long since I played RuneScape. Is this not old school RuneScape? Okay, this is new RuneScape. This is... Okay, I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. What's this one? I'm looking at it. Is there... I don't see it. I don't see the green pixel. The greenness... Okay, bear in mind, I do have red-green color deficiency, but is like this part the more green part? Or maybe back here? I'm still thinking like here? Bottommost on the saw blade. Oh, right there. I see it. I see it. I see it. It's doing, Chrome is doing that thing where it sort of tries to smooth the low resolution image. But I do see it. I don't know what you're referring to. It sounds like a great meme. I wonder. So, but yeah, I bet that green pixel. Okay, so we can do this cute thing. So like, if you do this, well that just sort of made it night mode. But what this like actually visualizes the score across the image. So if we had that in here, we would totally be able to just see the green pixel light up, most likely. Oh, that looks horrifying. Jesus. I hope you think it's cool. YouTube search calculus lore. First thing I mentioned when you talked about lore. This is niche and cool. Thank you. I think it's cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent 7 hours on it thus far. Well, also, okay, so there's even some more lore to... So the reason I'm doing this specifically is because at work, on my team, it's you know, you could just use like a green check mark of approval to say that a merge request is approved, right? But then like I guess the team sort of evolved and started using any green symbol, except for this one. This one means you're confused or corn fused. But any other symbol with green in it sort of means that you approve it. So yeah, so for that reason I wanted to like search for 2 reasons. Obviously, like the greenest emoji should symbolize the most extreme level of approval. Okay. But also, I can sort of have at my disposal a more complete set of green options, right? Like at any moment I can be like, ooh, I'm feeling sunrise over mountains kind of approval, you know? Or like, I don't know, cricket level of approval or salad type of approval, you know? Most purple for a hard merge. Yeah. Oh, and also the classic vomit of approval. Yeah, and I suppose implicitly, it's not currently a part of the team lore, but it might become part of the team lore. They would, I guess well, this is a little bit too obvious, right? Like a red cross mark being the least approved thing. That's a little bit too obvious, maybe. So yeah, maybe like ballet shoes, right? Ballet shoes of disapproval. Calculating the hue. Hue is roughly the angle of the vector to a point in the projection with red at 0. So they say red is 0 degrees. I think I already said this, but I think this makes sense. So 0 degrees. So green would be boop, boop, 120 degrees. And this is the calculation from the wiki page. From the wiki page. Oh. Okay. I mean, suddenly I understand what they were trying to talk about here. That's interesting. I don't get the cylinder one, though. I don't think I get the cylinder one. So hue is equal to 60 degrees times h prime. And h prime has a sort of for conditional kind of definition here. M. We've got some unknown letters here we have to figure out, which are C and M. So okay, there's a lot of letters going. Here's P and P prime. This is a lot. So wait, C, cyan, M, magenta. This is going to be a little bit tricky. First convert it to 0 to 1. That's easy. Next, find the max and min values of R, G, and B. Oh, M is not magenta. I guess. M is max? Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense. These three cases, right? This is like, is the most colored color. That's not a good sentence. If there's more red than the others, then you do this. If there's more green, etc., etc. That makes sense. And I guess either whatever. So C, I think C is chroma. If chroma is 0, then you can't define the hue, which makes sense. I'm gonna guess that would be black. So black doesn't have a hue. Seems a little bit offensive, but okay. Calculate the chroma. Chroma is defined as the distance of the point from the origin. Oh. If that's the case, then white has no hue. Chroma is the relative size of the hexagon passing through a point. Okay, so it's not really distance, it's like this like hexagonal distance thing, I guess. Boop, boop, boop. I don't get what they're drawing here. Chroma, we have 3 definitions for chroma. We could say it's OP divided by OP prime. This seems needlessly confusing. Here's OP. Here's OP prime. So the smaller number over the bigger number. So it would increase as you get further out, and it's 0 if you're here. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Red, green, blue. But if you can just do max minus min, you would just, I feel like you would just do max minus min, right? Okay. Don't fully understand that, but it doesn't matter. Now we have RGB and C values, and we can check the conditions. Okay, so mod 6. Okay. We basically, we can do it now. We could calculate it right now. There's nothing stopping us. But I'm going to try to read on a little bit and see if I can understand this explanation. Not sure that I can. If we check the conditions, so this is for their specific case. M equals B returns true because RGB, blue is the highest, so we're using this definition of H prime. Check the hexagon again. So they're claiming that R minus G over C, there's a plus 4. R minus G over C gives us the length of BP segment. B to P. Okay, so this magical segment which they made up, which is RGB. Okay. So here's the BP segment. So it's blue to P. And I guess if B wasn't the largest segment, we would be looking for a different distance, which I guess explains why there's three different conditions. Okay. We'll place this segment on the inner hexagon. Starting point, I really wish they had better grammar. Starting point of the hexagon is R at 0 degrees. If the segment length is positive, it should be RY. It should be on RY, okay, which would be here. If negative, it should be on RM. Okay. In this case, it's negative. And it's on the RM edge. Okay. And then you need to shift to the position of the segment towards B. Okay. Yep, it's basically lost me, but that's fine. This is a little bit concerning, though. I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't get it. So they're saying that neither the Dutch wiki, which is this, nor the English wiki, which is this, will work for a negative segment length. Only the Stack Overflow answer, which is this, will work for both negative and positive values. That concerns me a little bit. That I could be calculating the wrong hue value. That's not what I want to hear. Here's the code in JavaScript. Well, that's nice of them. Does this have the +4 or whatever? Segment. Yeah, this has the segment in the shift. Okay, so I'm definitely going to just steal this code straight up. But if I wasn't stealing their code, I would be stealing the wiki. I would just be re-implementing this. Okay. I think, but so regardless of why I'm a little bit annoyed that they sort of just like stopped trying to explain right about here. I think, but whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The point is that hue is an angle, and we want the angle that corresponds to green, and that's fine. So we're gonna just grab all of this stuff and move on with our lives. Maybe next time around that I have to do this, it'll make more sense. All right, it's fine. And hopefully this will in fact work, right? Hopefully this will in fact work. Refuted Dutch formulas added to the green iceberg. Oh, this isn't... not being able to redeclare within a switch case is so insane. Okay, very good. C is chroma. Yeah. Don't do that. I don't like doing that. We're not going to do that. Okay. All right. So we know the hue. I claim we know the hue. Which is a number between 0 and 360. And, I need to... I'm going to go ahead and copy this Stack Overflow. And now we will implement the 8th version of scoring. It's going to take a minute because there's actually a little bit of boilerplate. Still more boilerplate. Hold on. We'll get to write our function momentarily. All right. Here we go. All right, boilerplate is done. Let's decide what we want to do with it. Okay, so I think so my theory is that hue is the best sort of one-dimensional measure you can use to indicate greenness. It's perfectly likely that we will discover there are other facets to greenness besides hue, but it's been my theory all along, implementing all these like simpler methods, and I was right. In fact, that these methods were simpler. That hue was really what we were looking for all along. So, I need to return a number between 0 to 255 that indicates greenness. What we're going to do is we're going to do RGB to hue of red, green, and blue. That's not how you spell red. We know that 120 is pure green. 120 degrees. Because, you know, remember the diagrams. Here's pure green right here. So we want to sort of score other angles up in here. And this is probably going to take a couple of iterations. You know what's freaking weird? When I look at this, I claim that this over here is still green, whereas green stops like immediately right here. Do you agree with that, or are my eyes weird? I mean, we're talking about the sounds that our mouths make to describe wavelengths that we perceive. So it's completely arbitrary to begin with, but I think that that there's more tolerance for blue in the world of green. So, so that's an interesting problem. That would suggest that it's going to be a little bit annoying trying to dream up a function for this. You have to measure the wavelength. Yeah. Yeah. Can we get a hue to wavelength conversion? Aww. Yeah, somebody did it. What did you say? 495 to 570? $495, which would be here, to 570. Yeah, that does look about right. All right, anyway, that's a distraction, though. It's a distraction. It's not important. I let me think. So there's two ways we could approach this. We could do sort of like a what would you call it? Like allow for a partial greenness. So what I could do is something like math dot absolute value of hue minus 120 is like the distance from the greenness. And then we could pick some arbitrary number of degrees that we will tolerate. So, 60, 120. So this is 60 degrees. So maybe like 50 degrees? 40? 40, 50 degrees. And then we say it's the max of... That's not how you do that. And then you say... What do you say? You say greenness is equal to... greenness over 50 times 255. Ta-da! Simple as that. What could be... That's not right. Cannot set properties if undefined. Really? Line 195. What did I do? True. True. I did something weird. What the heck? Seven, 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 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay. I copied the boilerplate wrong. Hey. It's putting green things on the top. That's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Whoa. This looks extremely different. What the heck? That's pretty cool. Oh, I need to do that thing. Use select none on sort options. Oh, I don't need to win. PX web packet. It's extremely green for the things that are green. That seems really good. Although, oh, okay. Here's one problem that I forgot to put in there. Opacity ratio. Can't forget opacity ratio. Very good. Okay, much better. So this is all highly green. Even this brown stuff, which is clearly not green to me, is considered green. Yeah, alright. I don't know about that, but okay. That's cool. I don't hate that. Well, I do hate a little bit that these things are like green, but okay. Oh. Yeah. This is green, right? That's cool. I'm impressed so far. Classic. Classic green salad. Yep. Yep, that looks about right. This definitely seems like a progression. This seems like an improvement so far. Oh, I love that so much. I mean, I don't love how this is considered green. That's weird. You have to like really squint to think that that's green. Like I would believe that some of the green spilled over, but if you look at the RGB, it just has one more green than red and blue. That's not quite right. There's something not quite right about that. That's like maximally green somehow. That's not okay. That's not great. And yet, despite these little oddities, it seems pretty okay. I feel like Globe is a bit more green than Headstone. Oh. Melon. Melon is green. And it's not a watermelon. It's a different kind of melon. This is a little bit puzzling. This kind of disagrees with my eyes, if you ask me. I would say that melon is not green. Saturation fail. Oh, is it? That would make sense. Ah, that's really good, actually. I really like that aspect of it, though. It's like, yes, I agree this. It's definitely greener in the top parts of it. It's really close, I think. It's definitely really close. Boop. It's it's like an AI system. It's like, where's the green? Find the green in this picture. This guy should be more green. This guy is like all green all day, all over, right? What is up with that? That's weird. I mean, technically, if you look at the RGB, but see, this is like I was saying. I keep right clicking. Um, I feel like blue green is more green than uh, yellow green, red green. Okay, we have another like saturation related issue with this boat. Well, yeah, that's clearly green. What's green? That's yellow. I would argue that that's quite yellow. Or maybe just a very desaturated green. I mean, it's 255 green, but... Huh. Interesting. Hmm. And this brown probably shouldn't be green. This should be like less green generally. I mean, it's already quite low on the list, so I guess it's fine, but like yeah, and maybe I don't know. This is pretty yellow. This is maybe fine where it is. Oh, and that one's the green one? Yeah, that's cool. And 1 pixel of the pink thing. Oh, this is a rare one. Yeah, alembic. Find the lettuce on the burger. There it is. You love to see it. Also 1 pixel of the pink, I guess. That's a little bit weird. Yep. The T handle is green. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. I can see that a little bit. Huh. This is actually really good. I think this is the best so far. Look, there's the green. So cool. That's a little bit of green. Now, why is this guy green? Ah, that's peculiar. Yeah, something's up with that. Look at that. That's so freaking weird. Kind of expected that to be more green, but whatever. Oh, is my computer okay? What the heck? That was weird. These are all zero green. A badger is 34 green. Well, alright then. Ah, wow. It's really good. I'm pretty happy with it, but it's got these weird problems. Saturation. Saturation is definitely a thing. Yes. Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, how do I measure saturation? And then it's like, if I had saturation, what would I do with it? Am I sure that it wouldn't hurt more than it helps? You know, that's what I'm a little bit concerned about. I mean, I guess most of the colors here are very saturated, right? So maybe it's not a big deal. I don't know. Well, the definition of hue is relatively uncontroversial. The definition of a lightness or value dimension is less obvious. Oh, great. You could just take the average. Okay, that's one way to do it. There's HSV, there's HSL, which is 1/2 of largest plus smallest. It's actually relatively simple. This is neat. HSL lightness, and then Luma. I'm probably going to use HSL lightness. Luma is pretty cool. I didn't know about the existence of this. And this is saying that it's more close to like perceptual lightness. That's useful for certain applications. And saturation. HSL saturation, and then chroma. So 0 saturation. Wait. So is this saying that you can use the 0 saturation, but 1 lightness is white? Zero saturation, and then 1 saturation, or well, okay, full lightness, but any saturation is white. Okay. Yeah. I kind of think that this definition is a little bit more useful. Because in my mind, neither white nor black are green. And I guess chroma, it kind of correlates to my more intuitive understanding, which is just the max of RG or B. Wait. No. Because this is a graph of C and V. Wait a minute. So what's... I thought I was using an HSL model, but now I'm starting to think otherwise. So V, I would agree that higher V, which I think is volume, higher V is going to give you more greenness. And would I also agree that higher C is more greenness? I think I would. So tell me, if you can tell me what C and V are. Then maybe I can use those. In both HSL and HSV, saturation is simply the chroma scaled to fill the interval 0 to 1 for every combination of hue and lightness or value. C is. It's, did we define C over here? It's probably the same definition. Max minus min. Okay. We know C. What is V? Tell me what V is, please. V is the max of RG and B? Really? Okay. Sure. I can tentatively think that this is a good idea. Yeah. Alright. So V9 is going to be just the hue component times chroma times what, V value? Volume? Value? I think that's what it's going to be. Okay, is that all of the... Well, I know that this needs to go here, at the very least. I'm amazed, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm amazed that the hue code just worked first try. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Love to see that. All right. Greenness times chroma times value times opacity ratio. Let me just come back here real quick. I want to make sure I'm calling the V the correct thing. Yeah, value. Oh, don't get distracted by the pictures. Don't get distracted by the pretty pictures. Okay, focus on this. All right. Wow. Okay, it just did it. Okay, I just did it. Yeah. All right. So far, I don't disagree. Okay. Oh, hey. It no longer thinks that brown is green. I think that's a really good sign. I can't have gotten that right first try. Surely there's something horribly wrong with this. Yellow is still not green. This lighter green is still green. This is green, which is good because it's called a green apple. Good. Oh, it's not doing that thing anymore. That's great. Oh my god. Yep. Still good. Still very good. Oh, wow. Awesome. Yep, this is green. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I could see how these are like more of a brown than a green. I could understand that argument. I think it's still pretty green, but it's alright. Okay. Melon. Melon is still pretty green. It's not as green as before. Okay, that much is certain. This is the old way. Here's the old melon. This is the new melon. Melon is significantly less green than previously thought. I mean, the scores for it are like 13. That's really low, right? What is this guy doing here? Why? So I think this guy being here is just a fault of the hue aspect of it. I think I think the hue maybe could be tweaked a little bit, which is, I mean, the way that I scored hue was incredibly dumb. It was like the first thing I thought of. So yeah, in fact, probably melon could be solved by tweaking the hue a bit. What's green about? Oh, that's green about. Yeah. Okay. This is unintentionally funny. If you click here, They just become hollowed out avocados, kind of. That's kind of messed up. Yeah, and then this guy again, he should really be more green. Oh, here we go. Find the green in the rainbow. There it is. Okay. I can't believe it. Once again, I think that this is an improvement. Ooh, okay, look at this. Maybe this should be considered greener, right? I mean, it is a pretty dark green. So I can understand it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Very cool. Alright, well... Oh, check this out. I'm pretty much done with this for today. A little bit shorter stream, I know, but it's Friday and I would like to do something else for a bit. But I don't think this problem is totally done. I would like to do a little bit more on it, even though it's really close. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I can't believe I keep thinking of ways to make it better. It's pretty awesome. Ah, and then this stuff is basically mostly not green, right? I guess it thinks orange and yellow are like a tiny bit green, but... Yeah, and then this stuff is like only vaguely green. Awesome. Yep, perfect. Oh, Zombie Dude is like a tiny bit greenish. That makes sense. Cool. Alright. Well, if you stuck around, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Possibly over this weekend, possibly Saturday and Sunday. Maybe, we'll see. Until then, farewell.